last thing we get to, we got Daniel Oyefusi joining us in 5 minutes, but we got to say, and the Cavs got to say goodbye to Darius Garland last night. Darius posted this on his Instagram page, a heartfelt thank you from himself and his team to the Cleveland community. He says, I'll never forget the night I was drafted to Cleveland back in 2019 and everything I've gained since. The city taught me more than I ever could have imagined. To the coaching staff, front office, the Gilbert family, teammates, and fans, thank you for the love and support. Cleveland will always be my second home, and I'll carry these memories with me forever. Always love 10. After the game yesterday, you can see Darius, who was in Los Angeles, got traded to Los Angeles, spent about 4 minutes saying his final goodbyes to almost everybody on the Cleveland roster. It was a pretty cool moment to see as it unfolded. Ty, he's your favorite player. He's given say goodbye to every player. Went over and said goodbye. But Tyvis, he was your favorite player. What will you remember most about Darius Garland in a Cavaliers uniform?
Oh, man. The Detroit Pistons shot comes to mind. But the number one thing is, you know, he was like the first breath of fresh air since post-LeBron. You know, they got Colin Sexton, and they paired those two together, and they really kind of chose him over Sexton. And it was the right call.
Did Sexton get traded yesterday?
Jason wrote a nasty article about
Colin Sexton stinks.
It was not a nasty article.
It was not nasty.
It was honest.
He was unfair, and he's apologized for it. That's how nasty the article was. Anyways, I love the fact that, you know, he was a guy that was just went out there and got buckets, and he got better year to year. And I love the fact that he became an all-star, you know, and this was, I think that was before Donovan got here. And it was like the first real success that we seen post-LeBron, you know. And I wouldn't say he was Kyrie, but like he had some moments that was Kyrie-esque. And I was like, okay, this dude, he got some game to him. Don't look at me like that. I didn't say he was Kyrie. I said he had moments where he was Kyrie-esque. There's nothing wrong with saying that. You're taking it and
like saying Shador's had moments that were Lamar Jackson-esque.
No, that's not saying that.
It's not at all.
Anyways, he was my favorite player because, again, like he was here through when things was bad, and then he was here as things got good, and I just watched his game get better each year, and I just wish it all would have just happened, and I wish he didn't have the injuries and all those things because I feel like he was really finding his bag, and it was just unfortunate. So if I had to pick one moment, it would probably be the Detroit shot, pulling it from half court to call a game and then hitting across, like that type of stuff. Like he was confident in himself.
Chasing your Darius Garland memory.
Both on one today. I'm kind of with Tyvis. Just the way that he was the first one to help pull this thing out of the mud. And good kid. Like, he's not kid anymore. He's a young man. But he's a good dude. And great player offensively. And had the 50-point game. Had the shot against Detroit to win it. And, he's going to make a lot of money in his life. He's going to have a long career. He's going to make a lot of money. And he'll probably be one of those guys that bounces around and plays for a bunch of different teams because of some of the limitations defensively that he's got. But I wish him well. No ill will toward him. This has been a long time coming.
No nasty articles?
No. It wasn't a nasty article.
Oh, my God. No nasty article.
It was just...
Jason is honest, so people think he's being negative. But most people are phonies.
He came and said that he felt bad about it because he said he realized he was a good dude.
Colin is a good kid. He's a good dude, but that didn't mean what I wrote wasn't true.
Yeah.
It was still true.
Gotta keep it real.
What did you say?
I wrote that the organization was propping him up to be something that he wasn't because he was the last remaining piece of the Kyrie deal. And
by the way,
proven to be true.
I saw something online yesterday, Mike. Maybe you could have seen this. There's this like tree off the Kyrie trade with like 30 branches, and apparently
most of them are dead.
The DeAndre Hunter trade
what is wrong with you?
Extends the tree a little longer or something. I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
Anyway,
they got 8 pieces for Kyrie, and 7 of them stunk.
Oh, that reminds me. We doing worst trades.
That was such a terrible
We
trade.
doing worst trades for the list next week on my radio show. I got to put that down.
Worst trades.
You told us about
in
that.
in sports history.
Bull, real quick, what's your
Deshaun Watson trade?
That's all.
Darius
You know that's
Garland
number one.
memories and
to me, Darius Garland is below the line that I need to do a farewell show, in my opinion. I know I've got a lot of pushback on that, but I mean, we have gotten to a point in society where we're doing farewells to Karis LeVert, and I know Darius Garland is better than Karis LeVert, but he wasn't here long enough. I got to be honest, I don't really care. He's gone.
You don't care that
I'm excited to see the new team. I have no emotional ties to Darius Garland whatsoever.
There's a lot of people that I think are sentimental toward him because it was really bad when he got here.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And so he was sort of the face of the turnaround.
Right.
And so I do think that there's a lot of sentimental.
Yeah.
And he's not a guy that you ever had to worry about what's he going to do off the court.
Right.
None of that stuff with him. So, yeah, I totally get why people like
hanging up in the rafters in my house next to my Kyrie jersey.
He won't be hanging up in the rafters.
He will not be in any rafters. No, he will not be in the rafters.
Yeah.